As you may know, there were some big updates to the Trimble Forensics software recently. Now, the list of updates and improvements is huge. However, I wanted to go over some of the features with you and how to use them to enhance your investigations. Stick around because there's some things you're going to want to know. Let's start off with field data collection. Trimble Forensics Capture updated to include the R12i GNSS receiver in the compatible hardware list, as well as Sokia optical total stations. Also updated was the Trimble X7 Capture plugin. Now, a really nice feature of this update is the zoom tool, which allows you to concentrate your focus on a small area of your scene to check registration or just to narrow your focus. To activate this tool, simply tap the icon on the left side and then tap on your area of interest. Now, if you need to resize your AOI, type or tap the size adjustment desired. Once you're done, simply tap the tool button again to exit back to see your entire scene. Very handy. To update your data collector to the new version, connect to an internet connection and open the Trimble Installation Manager. From the controller area, select the latest release from the drop-down in the top right, and then select Install on the bottom right. Now, if you're using an X7, pay attention here. Capture version 3.6 requires you to update the X7 firmware. If you update to Capture 3.6 but don't update your firmware, the next time you go out into the field, you'll notice that you won't be able to start a scene with the X7. So to avoid this issue where you may not necessarily have an internet connection to perform an update, do the Capture and X7 firmware update at the same time. To update the X7 firmware in the Trimble Installation Manager, tap on the Optical and Scanning button, select the X7, and follow the prompts through, either over Wi-Fi or a cable connection. Now, of course, there were other updates done to Capture, but we'll keep this video short. To get more information, we're going to leave a link to the release notes below. Now, on to Trimble Forensics Reveal updates. Reveal got a lot of attention in this update. First off, let's address the Trimble ID. For security, we made changes to your Trimble ID to make it more secure. For agencies that have a subscription to Reveal Lite, Reveal, or the Forensics Suite, you have until August 30th, 2021 to update to Trimble Reveal 2.7. At that time, your Trimble ID will not be able to activate a version of Reveal older than version 2.7. To ensure you can always sign in and get to work, be sure to update to the latest version of Reveal. Now, on to the functionality updates. For the users of our scanning solutions, such as the X7 scanner or SX series scanning total stations, Reveal now supports the viewing of panoramic photos taken by your instrument. Now, we call it Photo Station View, and it allows you to see the scene from the camera viewpoint of your instrument, stitching the photos together. Now, the points scanned are in the background, which allows you to integrate the visual appeal of panoramic photos with the measurements and diagramming features offered by the laser scanning process. To activate this viewing mode, simply load a measurement log from your scanning instrument, and you'll notice a new option at the bottom view selector called Photo Station. Click on that, and you're now able to see the scene as the photographs depict it. Now keep in mind, although these photos are draped around the view station, there may or may not be a scanned point for you to measure or snap to. Also, the point scanned may not be in the position that the photo depicts it to be. This happens when someone is standing in front of the scanner when the scan is completed, but then moves out of the way before the photos were taken. Now that brings us to another feature, which is the importing of X7 data. Now, up until now, to bring in the X7 data, you needed to go through Trimble RealWorks Forensic. Well, not anymore. You now have the ability to directly import the X7 data directly into Reveal without having to go through Trimble RealWorks. However, if you're working on an indoor scene and you have a ceiling in your way of seeing down inside the room, you'll still need to go to Trimble RealWorks to slice off the ceiling and see down inside. Also, if you need to correct a scan registration problem or need to clean up the people walking through or other first responder vehicles parked in your scene, you still need to go to Trimble RealWorks Forensic to do that. To extract your scan data from your capture file, the new Capture Convert tool now gives you the option to right-click on your capture file and export scan data. Your scan data will be extracted and you're set to go to do any cleanup, segmentation, or sampling of your scans before bringing them back into Reveal for diagramming and analysis. Now, while we're on the topic of the .capture file, you may notice that when you export a .capture file, you now have a hash file right beside it. Now, this was a feature request to provide a bit of evidence tape to the digital capture file to show if the capture file had been tampered with or copied in completely. When you export a scene from Capture version 3.6, the hash file is generated and saved right beside the .capture scene file. Copy both of these to your PC and then start Reveal. When you import the Trimble Forensics Capture data log, Reveal will check to see if the hash file is present. If it is, Reveal will verify the file integrity, using this hash file to give you a green check mark if the fingerprints match. Now, in addition, you can use the hash file tool in the Reveal Tools menu to verify the capture scene file by inputting the scene, inputting the accompanying hash file, and the software will do the rest. Now, if you get the green light, you know your scene fingerprints match. Now, this is purely an optional feature, and it will not lock you out if you don't have a hash dataset from an older version of Capture, nor will it lock you out if the hash file does not match for whatever reason. This is simply another tool for you to use if you need it. And lastly, Reveal's dashboard got a facelift. You can now access your previous scenes easier, find new training, and get important updates right from this dashboard. Now, we keep it up to date with the latest happenings, so there's always something new. And, of course, the weekly tech tip is on the dashboard as well. Now, those are just some of the updates to the Trimble Forensics solutions. We'll post the release notes in the description, and if you have any questions about something that we covered here, or you see something we didn't cover that you're curious about, give us a shout in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again next week. Stay safe.